is Rachel, and today I'm bringing you my Golden Girls Readathon TBR for 2020. So the Golden Girls Readathon is a readathon that I started last summer, and we just had a ton of fun. It is only going to be 1 week this year. However, we're still going to have just tons of fun. And today I wanted to show you my TBR. So to start out with, it's going to be the second week in June, and I'm going to link down below all the information you need to know to find anything you need to know to participate in the Golden Girls Readathon. And I am always and forever Team Sophia, so 3 of my books are going to be based on common challenges for everybody, and 4 of them are going to be based solely on my choice to promote Team Sophia. So the first challenge for everyone is to read a book with gold on the cover. And for that I picked I'd Rather Be Reading The Delights and Dilemmas of the Reading Life by Anne Bogle. She is the creator of the blog Modern Miss Darcy, and she has a podcast that's called What Should I Read Next? And I picked this up last year at our Books by the Banks here in Cincinnati, and it's such a tiny, cute little book that I thought this would be perfect for a readathon, and it definitely has some gold here on the cover, so it's gonna work. The next common challenge is to read a book that was published the years that the Golden Girls ran on television, which was 1985 to 1992, and I really didn't have that many books I owned that were published then, so I went with a point horror by R.L. Stine called Beach House. These are always super cheesy, but super fast, so I thought this would be perfect for the readathon, and this one was published in 1992, so I just squeaked in there. The last common challenge for everyone is to read a book about female friendship, and for that, I'm gonna go with The Lying Game by Ruth Ware. What I know about this book is that it involves a friendship group that kind of grows apart, and then one girl sends out kind of an SOS message to the other girls. So that definitely will work for this challenge. I'm really excited to read another Ruth Ware book. I think I read my first Ruth Ware last year, and I am interested to see how I feel about some of the other books, so I'm super excited to get to this one. Next up for Team Sophia is to read a book that is set in Italy, and I didn't have a ton of options here on my shelf. I tried to focus on books that I own for this readathon. I decided to go with Malice by Eileen Cook. I don't think all of this book takes place in Italy, but I do think the beginning does. I think there's like a trip to Italy and then a car accident, and then everything else kind of takes place from there. But I do believe it starts in Italy, so I'm going to count it. Next is to read the book you've had on your shelf for the longest, and I'm pretty sure I've had this book on my shelf since I lived with my parents, which was like at least 10-ish years ago, a long time ago. So that is Alphabet Weekends by Elizabeth Noble. While I've had this book forever, it keeps making it through every time I go through and try to clean out books that I no longer want to read. So clearly there's some part of me that is just dying to read this book, even though I keep not ever picking it up. The only thing I know about this is kind of like a romance. Well, I guess it is a romance. I think this man wants to be more than just friends with his friend Natalie, and he takes her on these like alphabet weekends, which I'm not 100% sure what that is, but cute little weekend trips to try to convince her to fall in love with him, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know what it's about because I haven't read it yet after all these years. So this sounds like a perfect time to read it. Hopefully I'll get to it during the readathon. Next is to read a book as an audiobook, and for this, really, I could pick a lot of these, so this one is probably the one most likely to change, if any of these do change, but I really, really want to get to this book, so I'm hoping to pick up Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson as an audiobook for this challenge. I think it'll be a really fast-paced, fun read, and yeah, I just really want to get to it, so we're gonna squeak it in there as an audiobook. And then last but not least is to read a book with the word little in the title, and I had several ideas, but I really, really wanted to reread a classic that I've had on my shelf forever and just give it another chance, mostly because of the color of the cover, and that is The Little Prince. I have the 75th anniversary edition, and it's clearly as gold as it could be, so I just thought this would be the perfect time. And even though this is a reread, I think the last time I read this was in high school, and that time I had to read it in French, which is, I'm not very good at French. So I'm really excited about reading it in English now, all these years later, and seeing how I feel about it. And like I said, the fact that this is like solid gold pretty much sealed the deal for this book for me. So here you have my Golden Girls Readathon TBR 2020, Team Sophia. I'm super excited about this. I hope I can get to all these books in a week. Not sure I'm gonna make it, but we'll give it a try. And definitely let me know down below if you're planning to participate, and if you make videos, definitely link it down below. I'm gonna try to create a playlist, which I'll have linked in the description box below, so you can see everybody's TBR that I become aware of. And I'm super excited. If you are reading, what books are you reading? Who are you reading for? What are you most excited for? Let me know down below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in another video soon. Bye for now.